Hi guys, this is how to play Roadhouse Blues by The Doors. A cool little riff. It's been covered a few times by many other people, but we're using the Doors version here. And this is an example of a riff that uses your E minor pentatonic scale in open position. And I've got a whole course of 10 songs, which this is a part of, that show you how to use this. Kind of getting the scale and then practical examples is the idea of this course. And you can play all these along to the record as well. This riff uses all the notes in that first octave that we looked at in the first lesson where we learnt the scale, which will be the first song in the playlist, the first lesson in the playlist. But the main riff is just based on the open E string, and it's all about your picking hand, which I think everybody can always use a bit of work on their picking hand, and this just focuses on that. We're playing the same kind of blues shuffle groove, but just on one string. And we're palm muting slightly with the outside of your hands over your bridge side. Just sitting it up against the metal part. You should feel the bridge on the outside of kind of the hairs of your back of your hand. You're going off the sound of it very much. If your palm muting's sounding like this, you're too far this way if it's too muted, and you'll be too far this way if it sounds no different at all. So you want to slide along until you find that sweet spot. And then we have a couple of bits added to the riff. So of course that riff is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, rather than being totally even. It's got a swing to it. It's to a shuffle groove. But once we're doing that, we want to get straight on and try and add the extra bits to it. The first part is fairly quick, and we're adding one extra note, which makes our minor pentatonic scale into the blues scale. Adding this note, which is called the blue note. We're not going to talk about any brown notes in this lesson. We're going to talk about the blue note, which is the first finger at first fret of your open A string. So this is a note that kind of fills in the gaps between our first couple of notes. Let's have a close-up on that, and I'll show you how to play it. Roadhouse Blues. Dead slow. The eagle-eyed or well-informed amongst you will realise or notice that I'm using hammer-ons, open, hammer, hammer, for both parts of this riff. If you've never done a hammer-on before, pick the open D string and slam your first finger down fairly hard on the second fret of that same D string, and that's that last part of the riff. And we also have pick, hammer, hammer on the A string. And this is the extra note I was talking about earlier. This is the blue note making this from the pentatonic scale, which is that. So the blue scale. The reason why I'm including this riff in this series of 10 songs is because the blues scale is obviously very much applicable to blues songs. So, and as is the minor pentatonic scale, is very appropriate for blues and rock songs. So you want to see the blues and the minor pentatonic scale really as one in the same thing. No, they're called different things, but they are interchangeable. They perform the same function. You can go from one to the other in the same riff or the same song, no problem at all. The major scale you can't, or the full minor scale, they want to be kept separate to this stuff. This is appropriate for blues riffs or soloing or improvising. Those notes are totally fine, or interchanging them with those ones because they're so similar. But we want to keep them separate, appropriate for blues and rock. Here's our riff. And then we go open, A, hammer on our first finger, hammer on our second finger. And the rhythm, 1 and a, 2 and a, 3 and a, 4 and a. 1 and a, 1 and a, 2 and a, 3 and a, 4 and a. And then the final one, 1 and a, 2 and a, 3 and a. Hammering on there. Trickiest part is definitely with the picking hand, I'd say, far more than the hammer-ons. When we isolate the hammer-ons, it's actually quite an easy skill compared to picking that one D string after we've been playing the E. And another problem can be cleaning up this riff. So you might be able to play this riff okay to a slow count and a nice steady pace, but you just get string noise all the time. So this is where this palm muting definitely saves your bacon in both aspects. One, giving you an anchor point and forcing you to keep the movement small with your right hand, but also you're muting your strings. As soon as you come back to that open E string, everything else is going to be deadened by the palm muting. You know, there was no way any other strings were going to ring out there after the riff, because I'm coming back to this rhythm. So to a dead slow count, let's give this riff a go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and that is the idea. 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. The other one. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and a couple more times. Last time. And that's the main part of the song. We do have, for the chorus part, right in the middle of the song, roll, baby, roll, which is just your A power chords. Roll, roll, baby, roll, your A power chords for 3 bars. On the 4th bar, we go to a B power chord, slide up to a C, B, 2, 3, 4, a C, 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 B, and then back to our main. If you need the tabs or any further help on that, please check out the website andyguitar.co.uk. We'll say it all there. Finally, there's just a little riff that gets used in between when he's singing. You got your eyes on your road, the hands upon the wheel. Easy version, open G, 2nd fret, which is an E note on the D string, twice, and then open D, 2nd fret on the D string. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to a rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you may want to just separate that and pause, listen to where it comes in, and play that without keeping this going. That's the tricky bit with this right hand. Just separate them first of all. Keep your eyes on the road, your hands upon your reel. Just do that bit on its own. Harder way. We've got a flick off there to the open D string. First finger on the B note, open D, and then second fret there. You can even do the B with a hammer on, actually. Quite easy because it's all done with our first finger, and that's where we're getting those hammer-ons and flick-offs going. And that's our close-up. So that was how to play Roadhouse Blues by The Doors. A fantastic riff, and not only that, we can use this song to play over and improvise with your E minor pentatonic scale up at 12th fret. I'm going to be making a second set of videos where we're playing this higher riff and showing you how to improvise and play over these songs. So in each of these videos we're kind of dipping into the higher level stuff so that you can revisit this and come back to these songs and play over them and not just be able to play the riff, which is should be part of your repertoire if it isn't already. But that's the end of this video. Thanks for checking us out. Please check out the website andyguitar.co.uk or the playlist to see the rest of these cool songs you can do. Please play along to the record when you've learnt any of these riffs. That's what they're designed for. Subscribe if you like this video. Please subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you again. Thank you very much. Bye for now.